After my last Drake video, I got 130 comments, and I read every single one of them. Some of them were insightful, some of them were passionate, and some of them told me everything I needed to know. Not about Drake, but about the person who left the comment. Here's the thing about hip-hop fandom. It's a mirror. What you say about the artist gives me some insight as to who you are as a fan. And today, we're gonna look into that mirror together. Let's get to it. Meet me on the other side.
I am Broadway the Lyricist, homie, just let me do my thing.
Now, I've been doing commentary long enough to know that not all fans are built the same. And I'm not just talking about Drake and Kendrick. I'm talking about hip-hop fandom as a culture. And after breaking down some of the most polarizing moments in the genre, I've identified 3 distinct types of fans. 3 levels. Level 1, the passionate fan. Level 2, the zealot. And level 3, the believer. And here's what nobody's gonna tell you. Every single one of us has been at every one of these levels at some point, including me. Stay with me. Level 1 is where the real hip-hop heads live. The passionate fan, these are your people. They might disagree with everything you just said. They might type out 3 paragraphs telling you exactly where you went wrong. But, and this is the important part, they watched the video. They engaged with the actual argument. They can point out a specific moment and say, here's where I think you missed it. I'm talking about the comment that says, I hear you, but you can't count Drake out of hip hop when his influence on melody literally changed how the next generation raps. That person, they watched. They're not mad at you, they're mad at the idea. And that's exactly what good commentary is supposed to do. Make you think hard enough to push back. That's a fan. That's a hip hop conversation. That's the whole point. But then there's level 2. And this is where it gets complicated. The zealot is not a bad person, let me be clear. But the zealot has made the artist part of their identity. Drake isn't just a rapper they listen to. Drake is their taste in music, their judgment, their credibility as a hip hop fan. So when you challenge the artist, they hear something different. They hear,
you have bad taste, you don't know hip hop.
And they respond accordingly. The zealot responds to the title, not the video. They see Drake was supposed to be over, and they're already typing before they hit play. Y'all know who y'all are. Here's the thing about that. I get it. I genuinely do. We all have that one artist who built the soundtrack to a specific chapter in our lives. But when criticism of a rapper makes you feel personally attacked, that's not fandom anymore. That's something deeper. And the mirror's starting to show you something you might not want to see. And then, and I say this with love, there's level 3, the believer. The believer is not operating in reality. I'm not being disrespectful, I'm being factual. Here's the thing about the believer. They can watch Kendrick perform Not Like Us in front of 100,000 people and still arrive at a different conclusion than everybody else. And not because they're wrong about everything, but because they started from the answer and worked their way backwards. The believer sees 100 billion streams and calls it proof of greatness, but the second you point out that a significant portion of that catalog isn't rooted in traditional hip-hop, they go quiet or they get loud. Either way, the facts do not move them. And here's what makes the believer different from a zealot. The zealot is protecting their taste. The believer is protecting a story, a narrative they've built, and they need that narrative to stay intact. Whether it's
Drake never lost, Kendrick needed a DJ to hype the crowd, the culture is just hating.
The mirror don't lie, yo. The believer just refuses to look. Now, videos like the ones I make, the commentary, the legacy debates, the culture conversations, they're not designed to give you a verdict. They're designed to ask questions you may haven't asked yourself yet. And some of the responses I get prove something that I already knew. The less someone watched, the more certain they are about what I said. The most confident comments often come from the people who caught the first 2 minutes, felt some type of way, and started typing. And that's fine. But don't tell me I'm wrong about a point that I never made. The mirror shows you exactly where you are. Level 1 fans know that. Level 2 and 3 fans, they engage with their feelings about the idea. Big difference. So here's what I want you to do. Be honest with yourself. Not with me, with yourself. When I described level 2, did something click? When I got to level 3, did somebody specific come to mind, or did you see yourself just a little bit in there? Because honestly, The strongest hip hop fans I've ever engaged with have been all three at different points. The growth is knowing which level you're operating from now. Put it down in the comments. Which level are you and which level have you been? Let me know. You already know I read all the comments and it's always a good time down there. If you enjoyed this video and you're not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Drop a like, click that bell icon so you guys never miss an upload. And if you want more videos just like this, click here to see more. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate y'all. Peace.